Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Phenomenal.
How does it happen? You're coaching the crew, or printing the news, or straining till you thought you would burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own. It could be that great chalk and biscuit coating.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own.
It could be that smooth toffee ice cream in the center. Or that whole delicious golden gay time taste.
Hard to have a gay time on your own.
Streets golden.
I'm Danny, and I'm here to call out all you crack pack bitches. You think I don't see you there? I'm the OG of this shit. But you come after the king, you better come correct. I'm Danny, motherfucker. Who are you, crack pack? You smoke crack. You better watch your back.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the name? We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease. The jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Once
Here I am, clicking buttons, playing the wrong intro. I apologize. This is a launch party.
Professor, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would, Kent.
Finally, that's it. Man, it feels like it's been a long time. How can I not play it? Got an itchy trigger finger tonight. How the bloody hell are you all going? I hope you are well. I hope you're doing fine on this night of nights. As I said, I can't. When was the last time we did a launch party? It's been that long. I can't remember. And no one wanted to launch their book, but the books are coming now. They're coming thick and fast, and we love to see it. And tonight is the night that we are going to be talking about Human Shield from the Ashes. This is from the Reconstruction universe. Now, if you haven't been around very long, you might not know what that is. This is one of the look at this beautiful, shiny Peregrine book. This is one of the first superhero books that I backed through crowdfunding. May actually be. And this character in the Human Shield appears in this comic. And I didn't notice it the first time around, but he's there the whole time, which is very cool. Anyway, Human Shield now has his own book, and we will be helping Michael and Xavier, the team from, it is Reconstruction? That's the company, yeah, Reconstruction, as in opposed to Deconstruction. We're helping them do that tonight. We will kick that on in a few moments. But we must stand on tradition and honor those of us who've joined us here in the chat tonight. I know you have tons of options, so thank you very much. I know what was going on last night. It told me I had like 200 people watching. It must have been counting the Twitter, because I went to check my YouTube and I was like, no, you had 80 people watching. So, all right, cool, whatever. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here. We got 45, I assume, on YouTube. We have 5 over on Rumble. How to the Rumble gang. We got Fopeasy over there. The Ring Ladner, welcome. Send me a whiskey. Love to see that. But first and foremost on YouTube, we have the one, the only, the champ himself. Not in first place currently, but still the champ nonetheless. He is honored here with the pole position up there. First and foremost, Past Master Dan here in the Steadfast. Hail Mo Biggs. This is Weeb Thursday, although there won't be any Weebery tonight, I don't think. Maybe a little. I don't know. But he won't be able to make it here tonight, but we honor him nonetheless. Jolly Green in the house. Gary G. Who else do I spy here? Felix Huss, the Link Master. Simply Green. Did I say hell there? I'll say it again. It's fine. Sequential Treasures. He was running late tonight. That's how you slip, my friend. That is how it slips. There's Xavier. I'll be bringing him on shortly. Sequential Treasures. Michael Deecher. Who else can I see here? Edwin. I see an Angry Green Boss. Fantastic. Great to have you. Jake Martin back in the house. Snooky Jr.'s here. Adam Miller. Ooh, Adam, are you ready? Are you ready, my friend? That's happening tomorrow. Sister is here. Great to see you here. I saw the big Micah C says, good evening, Mr. Bancroft. Great to see you, Micah. Sumo Thori in the house. We have a couple of super chats here already. Jake Martin for 10. Happy launch, Party Bogans. Or blow off froth with a few. I wish I could. As you know, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It is a Friday, though, for me. So maybe. I've just got my tea for now. But thank you so much for the super chat. $10. Thank you. Thank you. Servant of God. Second backer status. Has been ages. Let's make good books again. Now, we did have a little snafu earlier. I'll get the guys on, but thank you so much, Servant of God. And anyone who does back tonight, as always, put your backer number in the chat so we can shout you out. And thank you so much for the super chat there. Okay, let's bring on our team here. Michael, Xavier, welcome. You pumped to your end.
To you.
We had a bit of a snafu. There was a little bit of a miscommunication, but it's all right. It's happened before. It'll happen again. It's much better than if we can't get the thing launched. Yeah, exactly. Gary G has it. There's nothing wrong with being a little premature. It happens. Everyone understands.
It's never happened to me before. It's my first time.
All right. Micah says, snafu is my bad. It's all good, Micah. This happened famously with the Nosferatu campaign, who went live like 2 hours before the launch show. But look, it all worked out. All's well, then's well. We're still going to do the countdown. We haven't had a launch countdown in for too long, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to officially say the campaign is live. I will put the link in the chat. Felix has it right. Look at this. He's trying to subvert the whole system here. That's all right. We love it. Ninja launch.
I appreciate the effort.
Exactly. Well, look, everyone's gathered here. We've got 60 people as far as I can see here over on YouTube. We have 10 over on Rumble, which to me is more than enough. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to play the countdown, the fake countdown to the launch. And then what you guys are going to do, hopefully, you're going to like the look of it. It's fantastic art in this campaign. I tell you what, we're going to hear about the story in a moment. And then hopefully you back it. And if you do back it, please do put your backer number in the chat. We want to shout you out. And turn your headphones up because, as you know, this countdown is a little soft. So here we go. Let's do it. Launching Human Shield from the ashes. Let's go.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
And here we go.
And it's live, even though it's been live for 20 minutes. That's okay. And Angry Buzz says, bonus points to that epic 7. Of course, we have to do it. Now, normally it's a big event because now it's finally live. But as Felix has it right there, it's been live. And he's got the link there. I'm going to post this. I'm going to pin this link in the chat. Let me just see if I can do that. Replace pin message. And it is true. It's a new thing. So I just checked on YouTube. We have 30 here. I'm getting 70 in my studio. So either it's counting from Twitter or it's counting from Rumble or both. I don't know. But wherever you're watching out there on the internet, thank you so much for tuning in and making this an event. So it's live. I don't know. What do we do first? Let's play the trailer first. I have the technology. I've got it all loaded up here. And then we can just dive right in. I hear we have backers. So I'll do a refresh, and let's see the first thing we got here from Human Shield.
And when the invaders came, they hid behind the heroes. When the heroes fell, they hid behind you like shields. Now they want you to register so they can keep exploiting you further. Just like in other countries.
Someone once said, the best journey eventually leads you home. I never thought my homecoming would be a mission to save it. If you had told me a few years ago that the Miracle Man wouldn't be here anymore, I probably would have called you a liar. But my mind keeps going back to that day when he first found me, and half the city was destroyed. And he told me, if not for me, it would have been more. That he was proud of me, now that he's gone. I can only think to myself, what would he do if he were still here?
You gotta step up, plant your feet, and become the protector they need.
Waiting for me when I get back are old friends, old enemies, and new threats. These people want liberty. But they don't realize someone's playing everybody like puppets. They need the best. And if I'm going to be my best, I'd better look the part. Human Shield, From the Ashes. Launching soon on Indiegogo.
Hope you're ready to do some hard science.
Trust the experts. It's about to get rough.
Launched now. Not launching soon. We are now live. All right, it's time for me to do the refresh. See where we at. All right, we've got already 4 backers. It's switched back to Australian. I didn't want to scare anyone off. I don't know why I did that. It's automatically. Normally, I do Australian dollars on the channel here, but I didn't want to scare anyone off with that big flexible goal in dollary dues. So let me just.
I got the US dollars over here.
Yeah. It does scare people.
It does.
Excellent. Gary G, backer number 5. He says, "Good luck, gentlemen."
We definitely appreciate that. Thank you.
Green Boss, clearly a fan. Shadowpunk says, "This guy can draw." Now, Michael, you are the artist creator on this book.
I'm the writer. The artist is Mannix Francisco.
Okay. Excellent. All right. I'll take your word for that. Sorry, I just had a frog in my throat there while I was playing the trailer there. So this is the continuation on from the first book of the Reconstruction universe, which I showed earlier, Peregrine, where we were introduced to, Peregrine and her father. What was the name of her father again?
Silver Falcon.
The Silver Falcon. And in amongst the action in that book is a team of heroes, and the leader of that team, I believe, if I'm correct, is the Human Shield. Have I got that right?
Correct.
Yep. All right. And that's your creation, Michael. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about how that came about, because Xavier told me a little bit before we went live, but I want to hear it from your mouth.
So you want from the very beginning?
Well, I mean, he started off basically saying, if you've got a character, if you interested to get involved in this universe, and then you said, yeah, I got this guy. How did it go from there?
Gotcha. So Human Shield was actually a character I created back towards the end of high school and going into college. Back when the last big superhero kick started. And originally I just created the character for fun. I was like, ooh, I had this idea. See how this goes. And I didn't really do anything with it. I had thought about selling the idea to DC, but then I started seeing how they treated some of their, other creators that weren't tied into the big three, and just decided to sit on it. And honestly, I'd forgotten about the character for a few years until Xavier approached me with, wanting some help with creating throwaway characters for Peregrine. And I was like, well, I do have a couple of characters here that I'm not using. And I think one of the others I think there may have been two that I came up with, but I don't remember the other one at all, honestly, now. But he, took Human Shield and showed it to the rest of the team. And then he came back to me and was like, so everybody really likes this guy. And I was like, oh, yeah? He's like, yeah, they want to make him the leader of the team? Are you sure you want to just give this character away? I was like, well, no, people like it. I mean, maybe I should do something with it. So, yeah. He kind of gave me the opening.
So in Peregrine, we got the introduction of the team itself. And I'm guessing, moving forward, you guys want to build up this Reconstruction universe, which is a great name, by the way, because I think everyone is sick to death. It has been for years now. I thought it would have ended by now, but it hasn't at all. The whole deconstruction thing. And so you guys are basically planting seeds for a series of different books, different characters. Have I got that right?
Yeah, that's the plan there. We have a number of different characters that are ready to go that obviously we want to do a sequel to Peregrine and have her do her books, obviously have crossovers where we get them to play together and have fun, but we want to have an overarching story, but everyone has their own individual story. Human Shield has his own mythology, his own story, his own team, his own friends, his own enemies, and I'm really excited to see other people get to know him.
Yeah, I kind of glanced over it when I said I created the character back in late high school. When I say I created the character, I actually wrote out a full origin story leading all the way up until his early 20s, complete with.
How much of that has lasted through to today? Has it stayed the same, or have you workshopped it and changed it to fit into the Reconstruction universe?
Surprisingly, not much of it has had to be augmented. I had to change, a little bit of it, because originally, it's probably gonna sound dumb. Originally, I wanted him to kind of be a protege to Superman. Obviously that wasn't gonna fly, and I've learned that since then. But
You're
that
just
kind
going
of
to send it to you send it to DC and say, "Hey, I've got Superman's new sidekick here."
I'll be honest, I didn't have the balls for that one.
I don't think that's how it works anyway. I don't think they do that. But yeah, hey, aim high. Why not?
And that's kind of what it was. But yeah, honestly, like beyond that, like I didn't have to change too much. I basically just incorporated the Silver Falcon Peregrine family into it.
Yep.
Thanks, boss.
Is that your friend?
I don't recognize him, but I like him.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's dive into it. Let's talk about the Reconstruction universe first, and then we'll talk about how Human Shield fits into that. So, Xavier, do you want to tell us a little bit about the universe you're trying to build here?
Absolutely. As you said, the Reconstruction universe is about going against deconstruction. Where deconstruction tends to take iconic heroes and break them down until they tell us that our heroes are just people like us, which means they're awful and everything that they do is because they're selfish and prideful and you shouldn't like anything they do, even the good stuff. We're kind of taking people and building them up to become icons, to be something to aspire to, because we need that. That thing. And at the beginning of Reconstruction, at the beginning of the story with Peregrine, we're coming off the back of what would have been a massive event where most of our Earth's greatest heroes basically fell in battle. And the world is still reeling from it. The remaining heroes are either so injured they have to retire, or is like, I can't do this anymore. I have to quit. And only a handful are like still in it because look, people need a protector. People need help, even if it's something small. And Human Shield is one of those people. And right now we're basically on what would be the beginning of the next age of heroes, as new people kind of come into the fold, decide, yeah, I want to be a superhero. The world needs heroes, and just how things are beginning to change. And that's we touched on that a little bit with Peregrine, but we want to make sure that Peregrine was very much more her story.
Yeah, it's a very sort of personal story about her as a character. It doesn't really delve too much into how this all works in the universe that you're building. We don't know why these people are superheroes. I don't know if that's part of the story, if everyone has their own origin story. Is that sort of what this is going to be with the Human Shield, or is it going to be similar to Peregrine in that we're just sort of thrown in and he's already around doing everything?
So this takes place a couple of weeks after Peregrine's events. So you can safely say we are getting thrown in, to this universe, at least, for the story. But I do also include some, points about his origin throughout the book.
Yep.
And
is it a mystery, or it's just not much part of the story of this is superheroes stories, so you just like, this is anyone who's familiar with that will kind of understand it.
Could you rephrase that? Sorry.
I was just going to say, like, is the origin of his powers, or any of the powers in the Reconstruction universe, is that an ongoing mystery, or is that it's just something you haven't touched on yet?
Well, I know for Human Shield's part, he actually, in his origin, was not a superhero. At least, he wasn't born with this power. And the book will actually touch on that, and like when his power actually activated for the first time. There will be a flashback scene that shows that. I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say it's explosive.
So there's that really nice shot of Falcon holding our young hero in his youth, and it's like it's a very good shot. It's a very well drawn, very epic.
This one here?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's a human shield there.
That
as
is
a
the
child.
day his power activated. Yes.
Very interesting. And yeah, if you're not, so that's the younger Silver Falcon, because when we see him in Peregrine, he's older and has a beard. And
Yep.
it's very rough. All right, okay. I'm starting to piece it all together now. We got a question here in the chat. What Micah did answer it. He wanted to know if the cover A will have a logo on it, and Micah says that yes, all covers will have trade dress on them. So, if anyone was wondering. There in the chat.
Yes. I did catch another question earlier, in a statement earlier. It was sequential treasures. It's a shame there isn't a perk with Peregrine and this book together for those that didn't get to read the first one. I do apologize for that. We are working on a reprint of the original Peregrine. It's going to have a lot more stuff in it. Because some people didn't get that first book, and we want to give people another opportunity, but we're also going to put a bunch of extra goodies in there because, we love goodies, and the people that helped us make Peregrine were really good to us, and we want to make sure that they get something really good in return.
And so I'm assuming that you don't need to have read Peregrine to be able to read Human Shield. It's not
right.
It's its own standalone story as well. It's
right.
just that they just share the same universe. What's going on here? We've got a lady here with an axe, and we have a woman here who drinks some kind of out of some sort of test tube, and then becomes
Tech. And Tech that's actually a guy. He's just got dressed.
That's a dude.
Or
No, that's
Tonics. Thank you.
Tonics.
I don't know why I said Tech. Yeah. Allura and Tonics are both members of Human Shield's newish team. Allura's been with him pretty much, since his early teens. But she's actually been around for ages. There's very few people who know how old she is, primarily due to the fact that her power basically lets her regenerate her cells constantly, making her effectively immortal. Tonics, however, comes from a more checkered past. He's one of Human Shield's former villains who's joining him in this fight.
And do we know who? Are you kind of revealing who they're fighting against in this book, or is that a mystery as well?
Yes and no. You will have a clear-cut villain. However, we don't reveal everything. Not in this book.
Okay.
Because there's a lot more to it that will be revealed way later on. Let's just say it's a shadowy organization that is totally not the Illuminati.
All right.
Totally not the Illuminati. Totally not Cobra. Definitely not Cobra.
Definitely not Cobra or Hydra.
Same thing. All right, there we have that. So that's a poster.
It is a poster, yes.
Very nice.
Angry Cream Boss, Cobra.
Well, speaking of, regards of how he got them, what is Human Shield? What does he do? He's got these. I can see he's got these sort of like energy, glowing shield things. Is there anything else you can sort of reveal about him?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Human Shield's power is called Barrier. That's its official title, but essentially his body is surrounded by this blue energy that essentially creates an impenetrable barrier. So like he's not super strong like Peregrine or anything like that. However, he could take a punch from her and not feel a thing.
Right, and that covers his whole body, I can see there.
Correct.
And he's also got these shield things.
Yes, sir. So the Human Shield that we see in both Peregrine and in this book, he's not as powerful as he used to be, which this book will touch on that a little bit. He used to be able to generate these shield projections on his own. However, he actually had to have tech designed to help him achieve that several years ago in his story. But yeah, he can create these like projection shields that can actually like protect other people, obviously, with it. And they have roughly the same no, I was going to say they have roughly the same durability as his own barrier, but he is able to project them away. He has other weapons that he'll have access to that you'll see in the comic, but those are his main calling cards.
Shadow Punk says, "Is that a Flashdance tribute?" I mean, I think it has to be.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Except with water, it's an axe. Obviously, it's just a thing with the axes. We got Gooch in the house here, just like the character Safe Space. I didn't know if that was what Safe Space did. I think that was a different character. Tassus Jones over on Rumble says, "The art in Human Shield is really good. How many pages is it all up?"
What was your last count?
48.
We had you 48.
Yeah,
48 pages. Ring Boss likes a woman with axes. It's good if you've got some firewood, needs chopping up. Wasn't Safe Space the internet gas dude? I mean, there was a whole team of them. I don't remember exactly who did
Safe
what.
Space and
but they were all
Snowflake.
as ridiculous as the other. There was the fat one who had the backpack.
Trailblazer.
I can't believe you remember the names.
What
was the little emo one?
That one I don't remember. I just remember it was so bad that no, they we're not letting this see the light of day. Okay, here we go.
No.
It was Screen Time, who had the internet gas. He was always plugged into Reddit. Snowflake and Safe Space, who were twins. B Negative, who's the emo vampire, and Trailblazer, who's Dora the Explorer.
Love it. All right, well, yeah. What a shame. What a shame that never happened. Micah says, "Dude, I admittedly forgot a lot of that team. The fact that Marvel had to pull it speaks how. Look, I wonder if it was just a troll. I don't know, but it could have been a marketing hype up.
Well,
I think it was born out of the same.
Their creator opened up his marketing with, "I've always liked the New Warriors, but I've always been afraid of the cover of the New Warriors because they always seemed like they were too cool for me."
And he was scared of the knives or something like that. It was a sad state of affairs. It was a money laundering op. Probably. We were, Dean. That would have been one of the best things, in terms of creating content from that we could ever have imagined. I'm just going to quickly read this for anyone who's listening. So, weeks after the events of Peregrine, Wings of Falcon, in which, in case you haven't read it, I mean, no spoilers, but it's the sort of origin story of Peregrine, how she comes to accept her powers and place in the world, and gets a cool suit and everything. Fight some baddies. Human Shield is called back to his hometown of Buenos Aires. Hit hard by the invasion that killed so many of Earth's heroes. Finds a powder keg waiting to explode. The government tries to force their twisted version of the Metahuman Registration Act on a weary population. Adding fuel to the fire is the enigmatic terrorist group that is that might be who you were alluding to earlier. Appeared to take advantage of the protests by inciting violence for an unknown purpose. Human Shield must work with allies, both old and new, to confront the shadows, past and present, and to prevent, a repeat of the tragic event that led to his origin. Ooh. Very cool. Very cool.
Very mysterious, but also very classic superhero.
Yeah, that's what I got from Peregrine. It is very. I feel like I know what you guys were definitely shooting for, which is a return to this kind of superhero stories that you could, just pick up off the newsstand and read. And you don't have to. Know some huge history. You don't have to be on board with some weird ideology, and it's not like, oh, now we're gonna. I didn't feel like I was reading the therapy notes of the writers. as I read it, which I feel like is a lot of the superhero stuff these days. I never read Batman when I was growing up, but I really liked one of the artists on it. I think it was Joel Jones, and I was like, I got some copies, and the guy at my shop was like, "You want me to put it on the pull list?" And I was like, I feel like I'm reading someone's therapy sessions written as a superhero story. I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, no, I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
That Tom King's Batman reads like that sometimes.
Yeah, it probably was Tom King. But yeah, so if you're not into that, if you do want a return to more what would you call it, like celebratory superhero fare? I mean, superheroes are the modern day I guess it's what you call it, a hero, like a traditional hero, like friggin' who have you got there? Achilles or Hector or Hercules or something, it's the modern version of that's existed throughout history. And it's a sad state of affairs that if in the current day culture those heroes have to be torn down and belittled, then it's a poor reflection on the current culture. So I like what you guys are doing.
I think Xavier said it best when he said that we wanted to make superheroes super again. That resonated with me. And
that's a great
made me want to work on this.
A witty way of saying it rather than my rambling minutes of
I like that too.
Nonsensical tripe. Comics are modern day mythology. I agree. Whoa, look at that. Okay, let me scroll back up here, see what we got. See what we got going. Do a little refresher-rooney here. It hasn't updated at all. Oh, he's almost. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry. I appreciate. Sorry, Dean. I thought you were talking about the campaign there. I thought we got a whole bunch of backers.
I was rushing to refresh myself.
Hey, tricking me in that. It's just me not being able to read. That happens. Oh, look, Miss Rena's in the house. Haven't seen Miss Rena in a while. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Actually, the Reconstruction Universe is the therapy notes of Xavier using his face to hit things. Is that true, Xavier? Can you confirm?
Thanks, boss. Way to tell everyone.
I mean, I won't confirm or deny, but yes.
How about we check out what you guys have on offer here? What's the Bear resupply box?
Oh, that's our big money item. That is our box tier that comes with everything. But it doesn't just come with everything. It comes with some things that you can only get in this box. It is a limited tier. We only got 5 on there, and that's just if they do sell out, we'll release some more. But check this out. The big money item here is that people that buy this will get I believe it's a 6-inch human shield statue.
That was the first thing I was looking at. I was like, oh, you got a statue in here. Okay. You guys don't have that, like a sample of that anywhere that we could look at yet?
We don't. I apologize. We are still working on that. We do have, procurement, secured. We just got to finalize the pose, finalize the look, and then get that model gen. And the best part is that one lucky person, we're going to do a drawing from all the people that buy this box. One person is going to be selected to have theirs hand-painted by Mr. Octavius himself, because he does Warhammer 40k minis.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
So he's really good at painting.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do that. I mean, there's a couple of people around here actually pretty into it. There's Wiggle, there's Eddie Winkler. He's big into it as well. And it looks like fun. I would probably do the same thing. I don't know if I would get into the game, but I appreciate a good paint job on these things. That's cool. That's a cool offering.
Yeah, painting miniatures is kind of like my zen.
Jojo says, wait, it's limited to 5, but not limited to 5. Micah responds, limited to 5 unless we sell it fast. Okay, all right. Yeah, right. Murph has done that sometimes where he's like, he didn't really know how many to put up for his figures. He put up 10, and then they sold out like that. So he's like, oh, I guess, if there's that sort of demand for it.
Yeah, we didn't know if to put up at like 10, 15, or 20. We were really unsure, so we decided we'll do 5, and if those sell, obviously we'll open up more.
Sure, I see. I hear you. All right, very cool. You can get the. There is a digital version available.
Yes, absolutely. We do want to make sure that, because there's some people that live in countries where the shipping is just untenable.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that'll ever get solved unless somehow it builds to a point where you can set up distribution houses in every freaking country.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening anytime soon. I started to do the same thing as well, offer digital copies too, even though it's actually not that expensive to ship from Australia. It's for some reason that no one can quite understand. It's crazy expensive, even to ship to Canada from the US. It's freaking nuts these days. You can get a Human Shield T-shirt for $15 with the logo on it. You can become the Human Shield yourself. There's that sexy pinup poster, the action poster, and then here are the books. You got 2 covers on it. So we checked. I realized that was a cover when I was scrolling that over. So there's that cover. That's cover A, and both of these will have trade dress on it. And then this is
yes.
Who's this character in white here? Is this the villain's cover?
That very well maybe. Yeah. No, it is our
Okay.
actually.
Cool,
It is actually
yeah.
our villain cover. Yeah.
Cool. All right. The MRA.
The
Say no to
Metahuman
the
Registration
Metahuman
Act.
Registration Act.
Yep.
It sounds very much like you guys are sort of peeling back the lore of this world that you're all building bit by bit, organically. So, okay, interesting. I get it. I'm down with it.
Yes, boss. She is a white woman.
There's no creature more
Very,
vile
very
in the
white
universe.
woman.
all jokes aside, but as the editor, I've read the story, and everyone's really going to like this. How his origin is weaved into it, the story that unfolds, and the characters are just so much fun. Like, I want to play with some of these characters. Normally, I like playing with my own toys. Some of these characters here are like so fun. Like, we need to get these guys back after this book. These characters are too much fun to just let them hang. This book is done, so they're just over here now. Like, no, these characters will be coming back.
You've got Peregrine, now you've got Human Shield. What's next for the universe?
Obviously, we are working on a Peregrine sequel. Me and Scott McCullough are. We don't really have anything to announce that. There is a crossover coming up between Peregrine and Micah Curtis's character, the Saint of Inglewood.
Mm-hmm.
That has a mailing list up as well, which we were hoping to have the reprint of Peregrine, which right now is tentatively called Peregrine Wings of the Falcon Deluxe, because of all the extra stuff I'm throwing into this thing. To make it that much nicer. Our hope is to have them ready at the same time. If it doesn't happen, obviously, it's ready when it's ready. But we're really trying to make that happen when that crossover happens. And
Cool.
I don't know if you've seen any of the art floating around for that crossover. Legacy.
Don't know if I have.
Micah has a character that he has created for the Reconstruction universe called Legacy. He's getting his own book as well. Is the crossover canon? Yes. I am very, very in the feel the house that crossovers should be canon, so that the lessons that these characters learn and the character development they receive when they're hanging out with somebody else, they should carry that with them. Otherwise, well, the crossover was neat, but why should I care about it?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's what drove me out of so much of what was happening in, normal mainstream comics and stuff like that, because it was just, oh, look, we've got this cool event over here, but it's its own thing. It doesn't really matter to the greater story. And yeah, even if it is cool, it's like, what's the point? What's the reason behind it?
Yeah. But also, you wind up with situations where, look, Wolverine is in the middle of this big event right now, but he is also currently having solo adventures in Europe while also being dead on the moon.
Yeah, it's pointless. It's dumb. It completely ruins the reading experience. And why would you care about any of these characters if they're not? Yeah, they're not even what I would consider a character, because a character is supposed to be a representation of a person. In a world, and people aren't usually, unless it's part of their character, they're not usually in 10 places at once in 10 different states of being, doing 10 different things. So that's good to hear. Micah says we do it like Wildstorm, basically, that we're not going to have a bunch of characters get killed by xenomorphs like they did. Well, good to know.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing they did too. Is like, look, this crossover, we killed a bunch of our characters. Oh, they're still dead, but that was just like a limited crossover. Yes, but they're still dead. What?
Do you have a link to the crossover sign up?
Micah, do you have that link? Go ahead and put that in the chat.
I don't know if Micah's a mod, but if you have it, you could put it in the private chat and I can drop it in there.
I do not have it on me.
Oh, Micah could DM it to me. I can put it in there. Should be fine. While he does that, Valley Law for $2. Bancroft, 10 out of 10. Is that what I'm saying, or just me, Valley Law? Thank you for the super chat, nonetheless.
I found it. Here's some
Got it?
Chat.
Fantastic. All right, so there's cover B. You can get either one you want. You can get both. It'd be extra supportive. Someone's already picked that up. Thank you very much. The sketch cards. Tell us about the sketch cards.
These sketch cards are hand drawn by the creator, because he's actually a pretty good artist. A lot of the art done by the artist for the book is based on character drawings that he sent. So these characters were already designed. There was no workshopping with the artist there. So everything okay there, guy?
I know. You're right there.
Believe it or not, that's somebody on another floor of the house coughing. I'm sorry, I'll mute myself when that comes up again.
Hey, keep it down here. We're trying to launch a book.
But no, he's a pretty decent artist, and so one thing we were originally going to do with the Peregrine launch was do a set of sketch cards. Once they sell out, a new set by somebody else, then I did my sketch cards. And if those had sold out quickly, we would have grabbed another artist and have them do a set of sketch cards. And we're kind of doing the same thing here. The idea being that these are sketch cards by the creator of Human Shield. So like I said, he's a pretty good artist. Once those sell out, we're going to open up more cards by another artist. Because we want to, we love Human Shield. We want to celebrate him. We want to just draw more art of him.
I hear you. I hear that. And it looks like you've already sold one, so congratulations on that. Valley Law says, just you. My wife loves to hear this, Valley Law, by the way. She absolutely loves it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Also, one confirms. Oh, thank you, guys. Mike OC. I'm a doctor, not an author. Wait, that's backwards. I think whoever is your neighbor needs a doctor there, Michael. I don't know what that sounded like, a dog choking or something like that. But hope well.
No, he's fine. Believe it or not, that's just how he coughs. When he coughs, you can hear it like 2 houses away.
Must have strong abdominal muscles or something. You can get drawn into the book for $250. Any ideas of where they might be drawn into? Will they become a terrorist or someone in the crowd, or?
Yes. Terrorists, members of the police, henchmen. We got a couple places opened up. Obviously, we'll once we sell those, we'll speak to the people that buy into it, because everyone, everyone should equally have the opportunity. Like, so one of these characters is going to die. Some people are, uncomfortable with being drawn in, being killed. Other people love that shit.
Yeah,
they just eat
violently.
that up. Oh,
I
yeah.
want to see me getting eviscerated. You know?
Right? So we want to make sure that everyone has an even shot at it, and we want to make sure that when it's time to do the art that we have obviously their bodies and their faces in mind. So that's why we haven't really specified drawn in security, drawn in soldier, etc. Just trying to keep it simple. Except for this other one. This other one is that one's very specific.
Step on me, mummy. All right, you're gonna have to explain that.
So there is going to be a scene where, even though it's got Laura pictured there, it's actually going to be Witch, who is the woman in the top right of the villain cover.
This one here?
Yeah, she's going to be subduing a terrorist. And that terrorist is that specific drawn in tier, being subdued.
If it's your dream to have a witch comic character step on you in print for all time, do these guys have the tier for you? For just $350, you can get that.
It started as a joke, but people really like
all of
the idea of it.
all of your dreams come true in one panel. Maybe a bit, I don't know, maybe it'll be a splash page. Gabe says, "Oh my, that last one." I've actually seen it became a thing where people were getting stepped on at conventions by female streamers. It's a thing.
This is for them.
Aware of that.
Yeah, streamers, cosplayers,
yeah,
it's all about the feet, man.
Exactly. Look, I don't get it. If my wife saw me doing that, she might leave me. But look, if you're out there and your other half is cool with it, or you don't have one, it's hey, go for it. Be stepped on for all time. Be part of the book. Dojo Kun, back at number 6. Let's go. Thank you so much, Dojo.
Yes, thank you so much for your support.
Yeah,
that Star Wars girl did step on B-Rose, which was quite an achievement for her because she's quite short, and B-Rose made quite a mound on the ground. I don't know if a step ladder was involved, but it was precarious up there, and she was trying to walk over him. We don't kink shame. That's right. No, we don't. We celebrate it. Miss Serena says the only witch I want to step on a step on me is Bayonetta. That'll be a hell of a view.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, Bayo, how's the weather from up there? What's that?
Yeah.
I can't hear you all the way down there.
Looks like this guy has some freaky stuff.
Yep.
There's interesting things going on in here that I'm not really, I don't really understand all of it yet, but I'm sure those who back the book, you will find out what this is all about when you get it.
I can tell a little bit about that.
A little bit? All right.
A little bit. The Reconstruction universe, obviously, metahumans being, can't say mutants, but, metahumans is a pretty neutral term for just people with powers. Mm-hmm. It kind of goes back to the old X-Men way of doing it, like old school X-Men, wherein they're everywhere.
Original?
Yeah, they're everywhere, but not every power is a winner.
Yeah.
Some people just look weird, or I can grow spikes. Well, can you do anything cool with them? No, I just have spiky arms.
Yeah, that would suck.
I can make the room a little bit colder. But, I'm no Bobby Drake. I'm not donning ice armor and zipping on ice slides. No, I can just, if it's 75 in here, I can make it 68 and keep it that way.
Has anyone, and I don't really follow X-Men, I haven't since the 90s, but has anyone made a story just of people with terrible powers? Is that a thing?
I mean, they did make a story where we went around and followed Bobby Drake on an average day in his life. I think that's pretty terrible.
I saw the one that Zach talked about. Bancroft would grow wheels for feet as his mutation. Well, it's interesting you say that because I have something similar not the Morlocks. More like, I mean, they're just like the gross ones.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more like normal people, but yeah, what's your power? My finger can write like a pen or something like that, or I can grow my hair really long if I really squeeze, and then it bounces back to normal. Like stuff like just completely pointless, stupid powers, and they all get together and have an adventure. I think that would be fun.
Felix has a great collaboration opportunity for you when you develop your skating superpower. Collaborate with Meals on Wheels.
I could do a lot of good out there in this world. Dionysus, it's I think you guys said it's like 48 pages, something like that.
48. Yeah, 48 pages of art and story.
Suma says they did Minecraft. I think one guy had the power to blow up once. That's amazing. That I love that. Yeah, I think that would actually be pretty cool. Okay, there's a team in the boys made up of base bizarre useless powers. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it's interesting that you say that, because in the Lucent as well, which is my book, there are people who imagine. I think of it like professional sports. Say take basketball. Anyone can play basketball. Anyone can pick up a ball, and dribble it, and try and shoot it in the hoop. But then there's Michael Jordan out there, and there's these top amazing people that what they do seems godlike to the normal person. All the way down to people just sort of like picking up a ball and kind of rolling it around. That's sort of the way I've made mine. And it looks like, you've got that. It's like a spectrum, I guess, of usefulness, coolness, powers, and obviously attractiveness. I wouldn't like the scaly thorns. I don't see how that would help. But,
right.
Sucks to be him, I suppose. Valley Law for 10. Thank you, Valley Law. Wow, my number one fan, Valley Law. Seems to be quite smitten with me. So thank you very much. Alex, Valley Law, you sent enough super chats tonight. You get one of these.
You little ripper!
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. We all have some level of water power. What?
I mean, that's
I can pee standing up.
I can write my name in the snow in cursive.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, and then the real superpowers can write it in print. Jake says, makes sense, Bancroft. Most of us can walk, but there's only one Usain Bolt. Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
And anyone can write their name in the snow in cursive. Real heroes write their name in Arial bold.
No, I write mine in what's that? Comic Sans, and then everyone beats me up. No, and there's also, have you heard of that guy? Have you heard of that guy Wim Hof, who was able to climb Mount Everest in shorts? Nothing else, just shorts. No t-shirt, no shoes, no oxygen, just shorts, and he climbed Mount Everest. So it's like there's people who have figured out how to, get extreme with whatever the human capability is. Yeah. And I'm interested in that sort of stuff. I like to explore that.
Yeah,
I remember the Kegel power, says Tome of Reagan.
I remember a long time ago there was this like free diver who he said some outrageous things. I don't know if they ever proved that was true or not, but he could like hold his breath for like 12 minutes.
No, that's true. Yeah, no, that's true. They can do that. Wim Hof can do the same thing.
He claimed he could adjust like the nitrogen bubbles in his head. I don't remember if I'm remembering that wrong, or that was just a wild ass claim he made. I don't remember because it's a long time since I saw this guy talk about it. I just know that he was going for the world record for like the deepest dive to go without any sort of specialty equipment, and it was like an obscene depth.
Yeah, and it's only them who can do it because they've been doing it for at least probably a few thousand years, and they passed that kind of ability, that sort of physicality down to their children over the generations on top of the conditioning. So I was looking into it, and they were saying like even if you were conditioned from birth, they were like you probably couldn't do it in the same way that they can. It's the same with the ladies who farm those peppers in India, these crazy death peppers, and they've been doing it for something like 6,000 years now, and I guess it just gets into your body. So they're the only ones who can do it. It's a family thing. I don't know how big the family is. It's probably a community-sized thing, but they're literally the only ones who can do it because they've developed this immunity to these peppers over thousands and thousands of years. And anyone else, they're like, oh, you can't eat these things, you will die. You will literally just die. It's cool. Interesting things out there. Is that when Bancroft works with Rod, they go extreme depths, says Simo Tori. We do. We're trying to do the best that we can. How old are these ladies, Bancroft? I don't know. They're old Indian ladies. I guess you imagine like the children don't want to take up the family business. Like you have to. It's been going for thousands of years now, and if you don't, no one else can. I mean, I guess they could probably just wear suits, but wouldn't be the same. Anyway, I think we got off on a tangent there.
This one,
Human Shield.
Peg Burton's comment. A hero with photographic memory, but they're blind. Sounds horrible. I want to write it now.
That's great. Yeah, these are all great powers. This would make a great book. Something like this. They're overcoming adversity. Did anyone tell Beros about the drawn in? Yes, we were talking about that, Mo. Yeah, no, that's his thing. We got to market this specifically to Beros. He will be
finally a tier just for you, my dude.
I know. Great to see you here, Mo. We are about to end the show. We did pick up 5 backers, sitting at $220. Got a ways to go, obviously. Now comes the real work. You guys are going to have to shill like mad. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a hard road, but the art on this book is fantastic. The kind of world that you guys are building sounds really exciting and interesting. I'm glad to see that the story that you created in Peregrine is continuing, and it's cool to think about where this might go. So congratulations on the launch. I do have to get back to work. I only get the hour to do these streams, but thank you for coming on and launching on this show.
No, absolutely, and I appreciate you having us on. And I appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out with us while we launch this thing. We really want to bring this to the world, and I want to make sure that Shield does well, because Shield is such a cool character. He deserves to be out there with Peregrine.
Dojo Kun says, "Let's get you guys on Incendiary." That's his channel. So reach out to Dojo. He does a show over on his channel called Incendiary. Hopefully you guys can hook up and get it going.
Xavier's already handcuffed me to my computer desk, so I mean I have no choice.
Good.
Yeah,
all right, everyone.
I am gonna arrangements.
I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to send you all over to, I think it's Narwhal tonight. And Narwhal just launched his new Earthbound book. So make sure you go and head over there and check out what they're doing over there. I want to thank you, Michael. I want to thank you, Xavier. Is it Xavier or Xavier? I never know how to pronounce it.
It's Xavier.
Xavier. Okay. My apologies. And Micah in the chat, thank you as well. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great night. I'm going to get back to work. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to be launching the Iron Age icons, which is going to be very fun. Until then, I hope you have a great night. Bye.
Individually, we are weak, like a single twig. But as a bundle, we form a mighty
Hailing us!